don't forget to subscribe and help the channel get to 150k subs. What's up, fans? It's still FANS Wethu TV, and I'm still your man, Kamza the Sport, with yet another studio discussion. It's going to be a three-way discussion this time around, and as you do know, that I love having men from, at the far post and the near post, so that we are able to give each other those dribbling through passing, in terms of the discussions that we'll be having. But today, I do have Pirates Jew supporters. I do have on the near post Brakuto, on the far post I do have Coach KP. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Brakuto.
Brakamza, thanks a lot for having me in studio, and thanks a lot for having me with Coach in studio to have a discussion about the mighty Buccaneers.
Yeah, Coach, Madume Hafid. Now, Brakuzo, I've already spoken to Coach, just to grab his thoughts with regards to the signing of Apolis. At this time around, I also need to give you the platform to share your thoughts with regards to signing Apolis.
Look, Brakamza, one, let's appreciate what the management has done by acquiring a very great winger that we all wished for. This is a great signing. This reminds me of Orlando Pirates back in 2009, where we acquired players like Lawamu Tibantwa, Teko Modise, Dihama Walane, Tula Sizwe Mbuyane. So this actually, for me, is the resurrection of the old Orlando Pirates that won actually the treble.
Yeah.
So I think bringing in Apolis was a great decision from the management, but also to help the team that was left somewhere in order to bring it somewhere, So to try and improve the team. I think this is a great improvement. This is a player that we definitely needed. I think the guy is coming into a team that is actually ready, a team that has done well. So I think we needed a player like him. So this is this is the right time that he comes to a team of our stature. So I think Orlando Pirates has done well, drastically well by acquiring his services.
There you have it. The gentleman saying that Orlando Pirates did well with the acquisition of Austrian Apolis. But now, gentlemen, I also want to bring the spanner in the works, in terms of what we've been hearing on the streets. Some Orlando Pirates supporters are still saying that Harihani, Usaini Police Bombule, Bombutuma, the likes. But there's still players that needs to come. I mean, one player of whose name is being, sung a lot into saying he needs to come to the team is that of Basadien. So I don't know. I just want to pin your thoughts with regards to that. Do you think that Pirates needs him or they don't?
I think from my side, in terms of the left back, I'm looking at the left back position. We've signed a younger left back who just recently represented Bafana. We have Hoto, who is a left back there. So we've got two players that are competing and which are quite strong. So getting in Apolis means that we need to get rid of Hoto, who I believe Hoto is somebody we need to keep in the team because most of the senior players are gone.
Yeah.
So we need to keep at least the stability of the old players. So I think having to compromise to have Hoto instead of Basadien, for me, I think still works and takes us into the season well. But for me, Basadien is a good player, but also Hoto brings different dimensions to the game. So I think for me, I would go with Hoto and Orlando Pirates not to acquire Basadien, but also looking at the fact that we've acquired a lot of players already. So we need to have a manageable dressing room. So we can't just keep on buying players. Some might not work for the project. So I think it's unfortunate for Basadien now because we've signed in a younger left back and we have Hoto there. So I think let's support what we have. I think his experience, he could have brought in stability, but Hoto brings in better stability for now. So I think for now, with us having Hoto, that is the main reason why I think Basadien, for now, we don't kind of like need him on my side. Yeah.
Well, just before the coach, gives his thoughts, just remember with regards to Fawad Basadien, it's a name that has been thrown out there. We're not necessarily saying that Orlando Pirates have signed him. It's just a spanner in the works. So it's what we've been hearing word on the streets with regards to that. But I'm just picking the guys' thoughts with regards to that into saying if Orlando Pirates were to acquire his services, do they feel the sentiments into saying they need the player or not? Coach, your thoughts?
Well, Kamza, I beg to differ, man. I think it's a signing that we need in the team because, as much as he said, I think the management has done fairly well. I think they've done their best they could do. They've given the coach almost everything.
Yeah.
If you look at how Pirates has went into this transfer season, I think the only surprise or the only signing that was made that had supporters divided was the coach. But other than that, the signings, everyone keeps welcoming them. You see, hence why you hear the name of Basadien. Basadien gives you a different dimension into the game. Remember, Hoto, we play him as a left back, but if you really look at how he plays as of sort of a left wing back. You see, he's speaking about the young boy we signed from Richards Bay. Yes, he's a seasoned player, but with Basadien, just like we said before, you're bringing in an international player, you're bringing in an SA player, you're bringing somebody who has the experience of CAF, you're bringing someone who I don't think we should be worried about the weight of the jersey on him because it is a national player. He will be able to deal with pressure of Orlando Pirates, you see. So you're looking at Hoto, a player who hasn't had much injuries last season or even suspension, hence why I think we were spoiled in having Hoto because Paseka was just given runs here and there. But I would have loved to see Basadien at Pirates just to have a direct competition to Hoto. Because currently, if you're going to bring in a youngster is comfortable with taking the number 2. You see, Hoto first, experience first, and then I'm as a youngster, I'll sit just behind Hoto. But if you bring in Basadien, a South African international, he's going to go compete with Hoto.
Pound for pound.
Now, pound for pound. That gives you a better competition. As much as the coach would say, okay, today I choose Hoto, you know you're going to get one. If he chooses, no, I'm going to go with Basadien, you know you're going to get one. And what I love about Basadien, man, is he gives you the quality in crosses. I mean, he's got a very educated left footer. And with the way Pirates plays with your half turns, I feel it would be a great addition to the team. That's just how I say it. I mean, we have already signed internationals. Why stop now? They say knock what? The last nail of the coffin. I think that's the only sign-in that we need, man. If we get that, then... But I still stand by my words. Pirates has won the transfer season.
There you have it. Coach saying that the Pirates has won the transfer season. He's still lamenting those words. But gentlemen, we do know that the players have been coming in. Coach have been coming in. They've reported for preseason already. Just next week, the players, together with the coach, the whole team, it's going to Spain. What would you be your thoughts with regards to their preparations? How are you anticipating the preparations to go? Preparing for that much anticipated game come the weekend of the 1st, where you undertake your first game in the MTN 8.
Look, for me, in terms of us going to Spain for now, I think it's more important for the coach to go learn the staff, the team that he has, to go learn the players, how they play. It's more about us experimenting more in Spain than us actually trying to form a formidable tactic. It's more about the coach trying to establish the players, where they're going, what he needs, and starting and forming in a team. So, yes, he's got in a lot of players. We've got in, I think, 10 players, new players that have been brought in. So, and also the coach is new. So I think it's quite important as we approach the season for the coach to try and establish the players first, and then be able to actually rubber stamp his authority going forward. So I think for now, I don't expect to see much as a supporter, but obviously to see the new recruits being used and utilized so that they get an opportunity to be seen and be given an opportunity. So for me, I would want to use this preseason as more of us trying to find the correct formations, trying to find out the right players and tactics, because the season as it starts, we have Mamelodi Sundowns, who obviously have been competing in the World Cup. They are a bit ready, so we really need a team that is going to compete. So this preseason must be a time that we use actually to close the gaps that we couldn't close last year. So we need to use it as a building kind of session, where we build a formidable team to go and compete Mamelodi Sundowns.
Now, Coach, as we wrap it up, of course, going to Spain, for all those preparations, and we do know that supporters, Orlando Pirates supporters, together with some of the players, they do watch this platform. But what would be your message to the team, to the players, on behalf of the supporters in terms of the preparations going to Spain, and what is it that you are looking forward to come the start of the season?
Well, look, man, it's I don't know if the preseason this season it's a bit short or what, because remember, the first game is what, on the 1st
Yes.
of August.
Yeah.
And Pirates is leaving when? Next week. So if you look at it, you have got 2 weeks only left before the first game of MTN 8, you see. So, like he said, I think the preseason is all about finding the right team. And then also, I think the coach has to trim down the team either way. I mean, we cannot expect to sign in 10 players and not let go of others or loan others in order for the dressing room. Well, for me, what I would love to see, what do you call this? I would love to see players being given a chance, especially before you release a player. Can you give just maybe a week, work with those players and see if they fit in your style? If they don't, then it's easy to say, okay, I'll send these ones out for loan, you see. And then for me, I'm really concerned about the Saleng saga, my brother. Till now, the team has not said anything. We saw there's a documentary that is coming out on the 27th. Hopefully, we will know what's happening, but I would love to see Saleng on that plane to Spain, because as much as we're having the biggest signing or the best signing of Azwin, you cannot write off Saleng. He's a proven player. So I would love to see Saleng go in there. So my message to the team or Saleng is, can the team and Saleng sit down, sort out everything for the team's sake? You see, with the quality that they've brought in, plus Saleng, we become a force. You see, but if you're going to minus Saleng and then have these new signings only, I feel like you are cutting that quality you have in your team, you see. So for the team and Saleng, can they just sit down, sort it out, and then, yeah, man. And then I wish and I pray that Orlando Pirates fans will be patient with the coach. Why am I saying this? There's a saying that your guy always says it, your young brother. I always call him brother. Tams. To whom much is given,
Much is given.
Much is what? To whom much is given?
I don't know that.
Yeah, to whom much is given, much
is expected. Yes, much is expected. Yes.
The coach has been given enough quality. So comes that you are given that quality. You are playing MTN 8, which Pirates hasn't lost in 4 years. Remember, Rivero won it 3 times, and before he won it, the coach that left won it as well. So this guy comes. I don't want to say it, but do you think if he loses the first game and get knocked out, will Pirates fans be patient? That's just my. I'm just scared for that, because now, remember with Rivero, it was sort of, no, we could have given him this and this, but now this guy's been given everything. I mean, we've been crying about Police. We didn't see Mbule coming in. Now all these great signings, they take Pirates, like he said, from level 5 to level 9. If Sundowns is at 11, it's at level 10. We are at 11.9.5. The 5 that needs to come in is the coach's coaching. Yeah. The coach just needs to get his team, but the team is ready. All these players are coming to a team that has been competing. They just need to take it up. So I'm just scared that as Pirates fans, are we going to be patient enough with the coach? Because you might have the quality, but it might take time to build that combination. The dressing room, like he said, is very important. So that's just my 2 cents.
Just to, I think my message to the management would be on Mufokeng. You know, us acquiring Police must not be a sign that we're losing Mufokeng, because we've built a team around Mufokeng. So it's quite important that there's continuity. So I think it's quite important that the team does everything possible to keep those that we have, even though we've acquired more. So I think the management needs to do everything possible to keep him. Though his family is supporting that he moves abroad, we are still saying that we need the player. The player can offer us more here in South Africa, but he can still acquire a bit of experience before moving abroad. He's still young, still has the time to acquire a bit of experience before he moves abroad.
There you have it from Brother Kutz as well as coach, you know, sharing their sentiments with regards to the planning, the players, and everything that gets to happen in that camp of Orlando Pirates. I mean, we've been saying that the transfer window just opened, and at this time around, it's going to stay open for quite a while. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to open till around September. So,
Yes.
there's still a couple of players that need to, going to see a whole lot of moving around, coaches, players, and everything like that. So with the 9 signings that Orlando Pirates have already made, is there going to be more signing? We shall wait and see. But the message from the team is to say, Orlando Pirates supporters, be patient with the coach, be patient with the team, but most importantly, support the team at all costs. That is the message coming from the gentleman right here. But from Coach KP, from Brother Kuzo, and I comes out the spot, it has been a great conversation. And right now, we are signing out.